Today I'm going to go over printing on the Espon 9800. That printer is shown here. Printing on the Espon 9800 is not hard. All you have to do is go to File, Print, while you're in Photoshop or any other program, and you can print to the printer. The hard part comes when you want to print images along the width of the paper. If you have a large image like this one shown here, printing along the width of the paper is not a problem because you're using the entire sheet. But if you have a long sheet of paper in your printer and you don't want to waste the actual paper itself, you want to use the entire thing, you don't want to print your images along the edge of it, you want to print them along the width. Now the software that comes with the printer doesn't allow you to do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up Photoshop and I'm going to take multiple images, put them side by side on a blank canvas, and print them out. So the first thing I'm going to do is launch Adobe Photoshop. Once you have Photoshop launched, I'm going to open up the images that I'm going to print out. So I'm going to go File, File Open, and my images are located on the desktop. I have several images here. I'm just going to select them all, hit Open. Now that my images are open, I want to create a new canvas to put these images onto. Now this canvas is going to be the width of the paper in my printer. And right now, I have 24-inch wide paper in my printer. So I'm going to create a new canvas. You can do that by going to File, New, or using the shortcut Control-N. When the dialog box pops up, you can give the new canvas a title. And I'm just going to call this Printing. And you can give it a width. Now make sure you're using inches and not pixels. For the width, I'm going to use the width of the paper, which is 24 inches. And for the height can be any height you want because the paper is on a roll. It could be 10 inches, it could be 30 inches. But because I'm going to print 4 prints that are 8 by 10, I'm going to put them side by side, so 10 inches on either side, which will give me 20 inches, so I have 4 inches to play here. And I want to stack the images on top of one another. When I stack them, the two sides will be 8 plus 8, which is 16, so my height needs to be at least 16 inches. I'm actually going to make it 17, give myself a little bit of space to play around with. And the resolution, I'm going to change that to 300 pixels per inch, or DPI. And that's all I need to do, and I hit OK, and I have a new canvas. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink down my canvas a little bit so I can see it. And I zoomed out on this canvas by hitting Control-, which is just the zoom function. Now what you want to do is you want to select the entire canvas. You can do that by either using the selection tool, which is here, and selecting the entire canvas, or a faster way would be to just hit Control-A, and that selects the entire canvas. Now make sure you're on the selection tool and drag your image over, and you can place it anywhere you want on the canvas. Now Photoshop resized the image for me. It kind of sort of did a best fit, best idea kind of thing for you. But if you decided that you don't want your image this size, or you want to have a little bit more of a granular control over it, you can go back to your original image, go up to Image, Image Size, and you can define the width and the height of your image here. The width, I want it to be 10 inches, and the height, 7.5 is close enough to 8, so I'm just going to leave it in that aspect ratio. And the resolution, I want it to be 300. And I can hit OK. And again, I'm going to select the entire canvas and copy it over. And you'll see that this image is slightly smaller than my original one. Not by much, but by a little bit. So I'm actually going to keep this one, and I'm going to delete the original image. Alright, that's one done. 3 more to go. So I'm going to go back, just minimize this one, and I'm going to print out or choose 3 more. So I'm going to do this one next. Now this image is in portrait format, and I want to print it out in landscape. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this image. I can do that by going up to Image, Rotate Canvas. I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees. It doesn't matter whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise. I'm also going to go up to Image, Image Size, and make sure that my image is 10 by 8 inches. Again, 7.5 is fine. And resolution of 300 dpi. I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to select the entire canvas by hitting Control A and drag it over and place it on my blank canvas over here. That's 2 done and 2 more to go. So I have this image here. We can go up to Image, Image Size, resize it, change the resolution. I'm actually going to shrink this one down a little bit. I zoomed out by hitting Control minus. I'm just going to resize it. Select the entire canvas, Control A, and then drag it over and move it. I'll minimize this image, and I'm going to choose my last image to print out. And I'm going to print out this one. Again, I want to rotate this canvas, Image, Rotate Canvas, 90 degrees, go up to Image, Image Size, resize my image, change the resolution, select the entire image, copy it over, place it on my canvas, and now I have 4 images that are going to be printed along the width as well as the height of my paper, saving a few dollars. Now I'm ready to print my canvas on the printer. To do that, I'm going to go up to File, Print, and right here I have a preview of what's going to come out on the printer, and this is not what I want. Matter of fact, I don't even have the right printer selected right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the Espon 9800 printer, and I'm going to look at my preview. It still doesn't look correct. This is not what I want. So what I need to do is I need to go to Page Setup and change the size of the paper in my printer. I can do that by going down to User Defined, and the width of my paper is not at 8.5 inches, it's 24 inches wide. And the height of my canvas was 17 inches. So put 17 there. And make sure you're in the inches unit and not the millimeters unit. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit OK. And now I have a preview of my pictures right here. And it looks like they're going to be printing OK. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to Print. And it's going to tell me that my image is bigger than the paper's printable area. And that's okay, because this area here along the edges and along the edges here that are going to be clipped off, I don't have any images there. The printer actually won't clip off any images touching the top or the bottom of the canvas, just the sides. So if you have images on your canvas that are touching the top and the bottom, it's okay. But you don't want your images touching the edge. You want them to be about 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of the paper. So I'm okay. I'm going to hit Proceed. Again, it's going to ask you to select the printer. The Espon Stylus printer should be selected. Hit Print. And you're going to get some message about PostScript settings and about color management. Just hit OK. This dialog box is going to pop up, and if you listen closely, you'll hear the printer starting up. It sounds a little bit like an aircraft carrier or an airplane starting up. At this point, you're done, and you can minimize your window and continue with any work you're working on. You could even log off your computer and let the next person print on the printer or print on the computer if you need so, and the printer will keep printing your work without interrupting the job.